What's up, guys? Welcome back to Clean Freak Detailing. Right behind me is a car. I'm about to take you through the process of how I cleaned it. I thought last week's car was a disaster, but I believe this one's actually even worse. So make sure you keep watching. You can see how I do it. Welcome to Clean Freak Detailing. Okay, y'all, so a little bit about this car and the owner. It's a 2005 Dodge Magnum, cherry red, as you can see. The owner is a house cleaner, apartment cleaner, so she'll go in and clean apartments after they've been vacated and stuff like that. So she keeps a ton of products in this car. This is her work vehicle, and she told me that whenever she comes back off of work, she just doesn't have the energy or the motivation to clean it, which I can totally relate to and understand that. Also, she is a smoker, and this car has probably been smoked in for the past 15 years. And as you'll see when I'm cleaning later, you'll see how the smoke and nicotine actually embeds itself into the seats and the siding and all that. Also, you can see that there's cobwebs and spider webs up underneath the seats, so this car is in desperate need of a good cleaning. So before we dive into this smoker's paradise, why don't y'all go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me so you don't miss out on any other videos. And also, if you haven't seen any of the other ones that I've posted, please go check out my channel at Clean Freak Detailing and check those out for me. But without further ado, let's get started with this cleaning. So I always get comments about my bucket technique for some reason. I don't always show this in the video just because I think it's redundant and it's not really necessary, but I do typically use 3 buckets. I have one for the tires and the tire scrubbers and stuff like that to keep those separate. I have a bucket full of soapy water with a sediment separator in it for the washment for the car, and then a bucket of clean water that I can dunk the washment in and clean it off. So I don't always show that in all the videos because I don't think it's necessary, but I do use that every time. As far as some of the other comments I get, like clay bar or a de-ironing spray solution for each car, I don't have that stuff, so I'm typically not using that, and in the future I probably will add that on. I'm just trying to work with what I have at the moment and do what I can, the best I can, with each car that I get every week. So moving to the engine real quick, I don't always detail the engine. This one didn't look too bad. I just wanted to give it a spray down. I always typically use the pressure washer when I can. I have a dialer on mine so I can dial back the pressure of the water coming out. I don't want to put it on full blast and just soak down everything in there. That would not be good for the car. So I dial it back. If you have that on your pressure washer, you can use your pressure washer anytime. I would actually recommend it. It saves a lot of time and it works really well, but just make sure that the inside of the engine is very cool. Wait at least an hour or two if you have to make sure all the parts are cooled down before you do that. So I always get a ton of questions about why I clean the outside of the car first. To me, it's just easiest. They come, they drop it off, it's outside. I'm not going to take it inside, work on the inside, and then pull it back out to wash the outside. I'll just go ahead and wash the outside while it's out there. Especially since I do the door jams and stuff like that with the pressure washer. I don't want to detail the inside of the car, then open the car doors and spray water everywhere. So it just makes it easier for me, and super simple. So moving to the inside to take all this stuff out, as you can see, she has a ton of cleaning supplies in here, and she just kind of piled it up. I believe that she probably has never cleaned this out. It just seemed like it just got stacked and stacked on top of each other, and there were things in there I found that I don't think have ever even been used, and maybe have been left in there from probably the first time they've been in there. So there was a ton of stuff. I found rocks in there. I found a flashlight with brand new batteries. I found a ton of lottery tickets. So I hope none were winners because I threw them all away. So like I always say, it's always good to get the seats out because you never know what's going to be underneath, but this car was pretty filthy underneath her seats. She has cigarette butts in there, bleach stains. I was glad I got these out. It's not always applicable. You may not have the right tools. It may be an old bolt or screw head that you may not have, so work with what you have. It's okay if you can't get them out. You just clean it the best you can and move on to the next thing. So as you can see, when I'm vacuuming, I'm having to go over the carpeted areas several times and very hard and briskly. I'm actually using the tip of the shop vac as like a scrubber. I go back and forth like really hard and try to loosen up all the smoke ash and all the dirt that's embedded in these carpets. I actually get hand cramps while I'm doing this, and I'm probably going to have carpal tunnel surgery by the time I'm 40, but it works really well. And yes, I know that using a drill brush to loosen up the dirt works very well. I just didn't use that in this video, but that is an excellent technique. So moving to cleaning the carpets, I use Meguiar's citrus scented carpet and upholstery cleaner, and then I'll take a drill brush and loosen that up and work in the solution, and then I'll come behind it with the extractor. And for me, that's worked actually pretty well. And it's really funny about the extraction part of the detail. I always get comments, at least one per video, that says, hey, can you show the extractions? Can you slow that down? I like seeing the nasty stuff getting sucked up. So it's actually a lot harder than you think to try and get the right angles to show the extraction process. That handle is kind of awkward in some of these places. It's kind of long, so you can't always pull it in a certain direction. So I'm always trying to get the best angle, I promise you. I'm going to get better at that. I always like to see that stuff come up too, so I'm with you. So if you caught my last video last week, I had trouble getting the stains out of those seats. I either should have used a different solution, found some kind of degreaser solution, going back and looking at it now, but I was super happy that these seat stains were able to come out. I was disappointed after last week, but had some redemption with these seats, and was super happy that they turned out so good. So in the past, I've actually been extracting these overlay carpets that lay in the floorboards, but as of late I've been using the pressure washer, and I enjoy doing that better because I love using the pressure washer anyway, and honestly I think it does clean these things better in the long run. So moving to the center console and dashboard here, I use a all-purpose cleaner diluted 20-1, and then I rub it in or break it down with my detail brush, and then I come behind it with the steam cleaner. The steam cleaner in this car was so perfect because the smoke residue and nicotine stains that had been caked up on this car for so long, it literally just broke those down. And once we move to the steering wheel here in a second, you'll see kind of it, after I sprayed the all-purpose cleaner on the steering wheel, it kind of turned like a yellow paste. Well, that was the smoke and stuff that had been on the steering wheel that was coming, I guess it was breaking down and coming off, and the steam cleaner just kind of broke the rest of that down. So it was a super nice tool to have in a car like this, and I was super happy with the outcome. The yellow stains on this car, that is cigarette smoke embedding itself into the door panels, which can cause the car to hold its smell of cigarettes for long periods of time. So this car actually had one fogged up headlight that I was going to use the 3M headlight restoration kit on. It works really nice. I'm actually going to try a different product the next time I have one. I always feel like this doesn't get as clear as it can be. Maybe I'm not aggressive enough with the sandpaper pads that come with it, and maybe that's just because I haven't done it long enough, but it works pretty well. This is the compound you put on after you sandpaper it down with the two different sandpaper types, and actually came out pretty nice. Well guys, that does it for this video. The owner was super pumped and surprised that I got the stains out of those seats, and the smell, she said, was so much better. I hope y'all enjoyed that, and please subscribe if you haven't already. Other than that, hope y'all have a blessed day. See ya!